Well, welcome to another exciting episode. Today, oh my goodness, you're going to love today. We're going to teach you how to laugh your stress out. Well, welcome to the episode of Spotlight with Belynda Lee. Today, we're going to make sure you get rid of your blues. Yes, not white, not red, but your blues. How? I'm pleased to have on this set Anju Shahani, who is a laughter yoga specialist, happiness coach, and a human connection enthusiast. I want to know what that means because what title is that? Happiness coach? I got that one. Human connection enthusiast? Okay, well, Anju, you have to kind of explain to us the title first off. Like, why do you call yourself a human connection enthusiast?
First of all, thank you for having me on this show, and I'm really excited to, I love meeting new people, like human connection enthusiast. It already describes that. I love to connect with people because when my core ability of authenticity and connecting with people makes people believe in I can convince them with whatever I say and what I do. I can connect with people very easily, and that makes me work more on it and share those positive emotions that I love sharing in whatever I do in life. I feel I'm a human connection enthusiast, and I'm really enthusiastic to meet you today and chat with you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming to the show. I mean, I think a lot of people need to understand how to remove their blues, like you said. There's so much stress around the world. People are uncertain about themselves. People are worried about what's coming up tomorrow. And we are covered with stress. So with you on the show to help our audience actually understand, hey, there's an option to help with that. And laughing yoga. Okay, so when I heard that, I goes, okay, that's going to be interesting. So you laugh, but you do yoga at the same time. And you're going to do a demo later, so stay tuned. You're going to learn how to do that. But before that, let's find out a little bit about Anju. So tell us about yourself. And how do you get into the laughing-inducing profession?
So this goes back to 1995, and I was living in Hong Kong at that time. We were living in Hong Kong as a family. My little kids, boy and girl, were about 2 and 4. And my mother-in-law lived in Bombay. Mm-hmm. And she comes up and she says, because we were visiting her as a family, and she says, let's all go to the park because there's this new thing that's come up which is called laughter yoga. And me and my husband, of course, we were the party animals at that time because we were much younger. And so, but just to respect mom, we went to the park and we see a whole bunch of senior citizens laughing and like awkwardly laughing and not stopping. It was like a whole session. So, of course, me and my husband were just like watching and, joining in. Kids got involved, they were laughing a bit, and yes, made mom happy, but when we came back home, we were feeling very good. It was very positive, very energizing, and then I moved to Russia, and I had a retail business there with the top designers of Russia. I had a store. I was known to be the specialist in Indian clothing, saris for Russians. Mm-hmm. And I was watching TV one day and an Indian channel, something comes up saying, laughter yoga. Laughter yoga guru is doing a teacher's training in Bangalore on this day, and I tell my husband, I'm going. He says, are you crazy? You're going to go for laughter yoga? Like you're going to do what they did and you're going to bring it to Moscow? People don't laugh in Moscow. It's cold. Everybody is very... So I said, that's the reason I'm going to bring it, and I just want to have a break. So I go to Bangalore, to the master, to the guru. I get myself trained 5 days, mm-hmm. and I bring it to Russia. Oh. Since then, it's been like yoga centers, corporate world, and it's been nonstop.
So you moved around a lot. Is there a reason why you moved from Hong Kong? Well, Mumbai. You were born and raised in Mumbai.
Yeah.
And then you lived in Hong Kong, and then Russia too. What took you to those places?
Of course, my husband's work.
Okay.
So we had our own business, and then, of course, we expanded into Russia. So it was Hong Kong, where we spent 12 years post-marriage. And then we went to London, UK, because my husband said now it's Russia because that's the market. And I said, the kids can't go from Hong Kong to Russia, that was in 2000. So we took a break in 2 years in London. So me and the kids were in London. I also explored laughter yoga in London at that time.
And how did it go there?
And it was too short, so I didn't get much, but I did do a few corporates through friends and through family, and then moved to Russia. And there again, we spent 12 years. That's where I actually got into it literally very seriously and started approaching people, approaching yoga centers. And fortunately, we are part of the YPO, Young Presidents Organization. My husband's a member there, and they do a lot of retreats. So I got to do a lot of work with them also.
Nice.
And kind of gain that confidence to actually make people laugh, because it's not easy.
No, especially nowadays where everything is so serious, it's so intense.
Yeah.
Your husband took you around the world because of his work. Now, tell us a bit about your childhood, though. You're raised in Mumbai. You're from Mumbai, raised in Mumbai. Your family, your education. So, what do you do before being a laughing yoga?
So yeah, basically I got married in '89, which was just post graduation.
Wow.
So I was a baby. I feel. I fell in love when I was 16 with my husband.
That's great.
He was 17. And then we were dating for 5 years. And then he moved. His dad supported him starting a business immediately because he was born in Hong Kong. So we got married in 5 years. And then it was babies, one after the other. So the Hong Kong part was basically just being with the children because I was a very young mother. I had small businesses like clothing business.
Right.
But I don't know, I was never so passionate about it. I enjoyed buying clothes and selling because people used to get convinced with me. But again, the business side was never my forte.
You are an entrepreneur too. You've got a little bit of that blood in you.
I was not interested in the accounts part. And, yes, I bought my stocks. I did my sales. I made money. But there has to be a business model and a strategy behind. So I was not into that. The kids were too young at that time.
Where's your children now? Are they here in Dubai?
So I have a daughter who's in Melbourne, married. She's 32. And in fact, we just had a grandson and he's 8 months old.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And he's our biggest joy. And I have a son who is 30. He's based out of India now. Last 5 years, he moved to India because he's a rapper. He's a music producer, audio engineer. And having lived in Russia, Hong Kong, Russia, London, we just felt that if he needed to carry this profession further, it's got to be in his hometown, where people recognize him for his talent. But they just fascinated by where it's taken me now. So this thing, can't imagine mom gets to go on so many shows and, Chris Faith and, So that's the part they enjoy and they say they believe in it now.
Good.
And they feel there is something to it.
It just kind of shows that when you focus on your passion, it can be, it can flourish into something really magnificent if you keep being consistent at it, practicing it, sharpening your skills.
And just being resilient and keep going. The only thing initially what happened was I did not believe in it fully. Now I did my job, I went for those classes, I made people laugh, I practiced myself because suddenly I say that I'm doing a laughter yoga class in a yoga class in Moscow with 40 participants, have to say it in Russian, make them do the session in Russian.
Yeah.
It was not easy. So I learned my Russian language and I can speak Russian. But it worked and I made them laugh. There's never been a soul who has gone out of my class not laughing.
Now, what's the main advantage of being a laughing yoga specialist?
I found my purpose. So advantage, my health gets taken care of because I stay positive. I'm looking at material, reading material that's only positive because that's what I share when I go for my classes. I get to connect with people. I mean, Russia was a place where you have random people come and you meet, but you connect. Laughter is universal. So I made a lot of social connections just because of laughter. People just, because there's no language to laughter. You just connect. It's universal. It's great for team building if you're in a, at an event where you need to connect people. So moving forward, it was, for me, it was a complete win-win. And post-COVID, it was just like, I was called everywhere because they just thought that it was so needed. Everybody was at home. We were doing Zoom sessions, and that also worked.
So funny you said that, because just recently someone says, would you want to meet in person? I said, why? I'm meeting with you right now over Zoom. It's so convenient. So I'm so glad that you can actually deliver laughing yoga via Zoom.
Yeah.
Now, there's got to be days when you tell yourself, I can't laugh today. I mean, it's not today. Is it dependent on your mood? I know you've practiced for over 12 years, but are there days where you goes, okay, it's not turning on?
Usually when I have a session, and if I'm feeling like that, it's never happened because I get excited. But on a normal day, I mean, I don't have sessions every day. I don't have corporate events every day. So even if it's 3-4 times a week, and if the other days, if I'm not in a mood, I just say, just go in front of the mirror, start with a smile. It's just like going for a yoga class. You don't see everybody. Sometimes you go to the gym, you don't want to go to the gym, but you do it, right? Because you're going to see results.
Right.
So I start doing that, and I start sharing that start with a smile, give it a bigger smirk, a little giggle, and then laugh. Just laugh for 5 minutes and see what happens. And see the magic that happens. Your mood changes because you get those endorphins flushing in immediately.
Have you ever experienced where you look in the mirror, there's public people walking by, you're laughing, you're doing your yoga, but nobody knows that you're doing that?
So initially when I started, it was funny because I had to practice in order to do classes in yoga centers and commitment. So I created a laughter, which was the silent laughter. You practice laughter without making sound. We'll do it later.
Awesome.
And that works because that's the same endorphins, the same vagus nerve that connects to the brain and gives you the endorphins, and you feel good.
When you're in public, you do the silent laughter. And when you're in a gym, you do the loud laughter.
Yeah.
That's great.
If I don't have a session and I want to make someone laugh, I'll go down to the security of the building and just tell them, let's laugh a little bit, smile, come on. And then they all laugh with me. They feel happy. They feel kind of acknowledged.
What other gratification moments did you have while doing this for 12 years? I mean, it takes a lot to carry on that trade for 12 years.
Gratifying moments, yeah. I've had a lot of students in Russia who, in fact, I've had kind of testimonials from their doctors that have, they've given me and said that our doctor said that this has changed my life. So I have all those. I'm still in touch with them, all of them in Russia. I also certify laughter leaders so they can bring it into their life and carry it on to making it a business or using it for their personal growth, personal life.
So you have students, but you also have laughter leaders.
Yes.
So expand on that a bit.
So laughter leaders is a certificate where, as a teacher, as a coach, I teach them the skills. I've been named the ambassador in the Institute of Laughter Yoga Movement International by the master, Dr. Madan Kataria, who's the founder.
It's powerful when you start having students following you, learning your trade as well. It just kind of edifies that you're in the right place and you're doing it well.
So I just feel there's so much to go deep in and to share with the world. I mean, you cry and you laugh and you lay so much importance on crying and then go to a therapist and, to solve that.
Yeah.
Here we have this, which is free. Laughter is free. You can do it yourself.
I think the world needs to focus more on the beautiful things, the positive things versus the depression, the economy, what's happening around the world. Even the media right now, they're emphasizing all the negative stuff that's around the world. We have forgotten that this is a beautiful world. There's so many positives. Yeah. So how do you feel about that in having your trade educating the younger generation?
So first of all, laughter yoga is not the only thing that kind of builds your wellness, and there's tons of yoga, there's tons of exercise, which the young generation believe in and do it to keep themselves, happy and healthy, and bringing the awareness is because it's got the yoga part of it. Yoga is what? Deep inhalation, long exhalation, deep inhalation, long exhalation. And that's exactly what yoga does in a class. You're breathing deeply. That's what happens in a laughter yoga class. So basically, you are inhaling. When we do it, you'll know. And then we're exhaling with the laughter, which is clearing your lungs from with all the carbon dioxide. So it's got a medical connection. And if it's incorporated along with your other aspects of well-being, it can help.
I can't wait to do a demo. I think the crew's like, okay, show us, let us practice, let us do this, because
Yeah.
they have been talking about it for days since they know that you're going to be on the show.
So let me first explain what is laughter yoga. I think none of you have tried it before. Have you?
No.
Okay. So laughter yoga is a unique concept where anybody can laugh without humor and jokes. It's initiated in a group as an exercise, and then it turns into real laughter. Okay. Now, what happens in a laughter yoga session? The body doesn't understand the difference between real or fake laughter. So that's where the endorphins come in. So even if you're laughing, if you're not actually laughing, but you're laughing as a laughter yoga exercise, you still get the benefits.
Even if it's
The first exercise, what I do is the meeting and greeting laughter. So we are meeting each other for the first time. So what happens is you're not going to talk, you're just going to laugh, you're going to move around, eye to eye contact, and laugh. Move around because you need to move around. Yes, just move around. Just and look at each other. Laugh and look at each other.
I've never felt better before.
Send in all the positivity.
Don't do this in public.
Take a deep breath in and breathe out. It's very important. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Send in a last big laughter loud.
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Practice your laughter at home. All right, guys, that was really fun. Oh my goodness. Everyone's laughing their head off. And I think the crew is going to really understand how to use laughter to manage their stress. And we have worked so hard in our lives. We have been focusing on sometimes the negative stuff. So now that you know how to do the laughing yoga, I want you to pay attention to what Anju has to do, because she does a lot of that on her social media and she shares where she is. And you guys need to practice a lot of that at home. Ha ha ha. I don't know what. There you go. See? Where did that come from?
He's laughing now.
I know. That one has no expression, and he's laughing. Okay, cool.
Tell me how.
Cut.
So, hi, this is Anju Shahani. I'm a laughter yoga expert and I'm being spotlighted with Belynda Lee. Ha 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 ha.